बजा दे तू और बाजा बजा दे तू, मैदान सजा दे तू, ये खेल दीवानों का।
Hello and welcome once again to the live transmission of PSL of Gladiators and Peshawar Zalmi. Look like one day I've got with me Mr. Ali Mehdi and Leena Moinaziz to talk about this. Leena, one-sided match, it looked like we were talking about this.
Well, I'm happy and I'm sad. I'm happy for Quetta, but I'm sad that I'll have to take you guys to dinner now.
I was going to remind you of that.
Yeah,
the jury is on.
Finally, today I hope if there's no last-minute hiccups and collapses, I hope I can take everyone to dinner and we can really celebrate the win.
Absolutely, we will be looking forward to that. Ali, maybe if I talk about 139 was never going to be enough on such wicket, and with such bowling lineup with no spinners on.
I mean, 130. Total on this wicket. I mean, they needed to at least, at the minimum, get 160. Our minimum needed to be scored. I mean, 138 is, I mean, a very, very low substandard, low performance total. So I think that Quetta Gladiators should easily, just march on to the victory over here.
And now, when we see the live pitches, then Sammy must be realizing that he is a short of spinner now. He should have
playing Maqsood. He's actually giving Maqsood to actually bowl some spinning deliveries too. It just makes no sense why he didn't make it. We saw in the first innings when Umar Amin and Shoaib Maqsood were batting the way Fawad and also Mohammad Nawaz, when they were bowling in tandem, they were getting grip off the surface, they were getting purchase off the surface, the ball was turning a bit and it was very difficult to score off them. It was at that time that Darren Sami must have thought to himself, what have I done? I made a real mistake. We need to get a big total on the board. Now you can see that that decision has now come back to haunt them, because you needed at least one proper spinner over there. Had they had that, probably they could have made some inroads inside the stage.
Absolutely, and that's why we were discussing that the bench strength of Quetta Gladiators, they have Moin Khan and Sarfraz, who have played all the cricket locally in Karachi. They knew the conditions better than Peshawar Zalmi.
Yeah, they knew it very well, and that's why they stuck with that spinning combination of Fawad and also with Mohammad Nawaz, and then also the fast the pace battery of Sohail Tanveer and Hasnain, the raw talent of Hasnain over there. Overall, you could see that it was a well-rounded unit, bowling unit of Quetta Gladiators, whereas Peshawar Zalmi was very one-dimensional. You have those fast bowlers over there. You don't have a single spinner. So at the end of the day, you have to say that you need to give a lot of credit to Sarfraz when, we don't really give him that much credit.
Absolutely. Good sign for Pakistan that Ahmed Shahzad is batting seriously and he's taking that slot. He's not taking that slot for granted. I mean, he's stuck in there.
Yeah, he's taking a lot of responsibility, which is so good to see. Like, remember an hour ago we were discussing that if they can pick up Watson's wicket, there could be trouble in paradise. But they picked up that wicket early, but Ahmed Shahzad, batted sensibly, kept batting, didn't panic, didn't lose his cool, and his shot selection was very good. So all these good signs. And the other thing that Ali is saying is that, the attack where didn't have any variety, it's all one-dimensional, all fast bowling, and two selection mistakes. I don't know which Aristotle came and whispered that into Sammy's and the Zalmi's ears, that they should play Maqsood and that Nabi Gul, and not play Ittisam and Dawson. Dawson, who's been a match winner for them, both in batting and bowling, and that could have made the difference today. I mean, when it's the final, you play your best side. Instead, they played their worst side.
And where's Misbah? Why isn't Misbah playing? I mean, I will go. Goal. He's only played one match. What is the point of Misbah being in that squad? He's a who will get you some important runs. Who is Nabi Gul over there? He barely made anything. And so Maqsood looked completely out of touch. Sending him at one down, I mean, it just didn't really make any sense. And I think that practically it's completely masterminded Sammy when it comes to the decisions.
Absolutely, and probably the decision of Pollard being coming to bat a little late.
The reason being is that you need quick runs over here. We know what a dynamic and what a power-packed batting lineup quite a gladiators have over here. So why didn't they bring Pollard up the order? Pollard and Sami are very similar to each other. You bring Pollard up, then that creates a foil of Umar Amin, Sohail Maqsood. They're all in the middle over there. Nabi Gul too. Sami can come at the bottom too, but Pollard should have come up the order. He should have come in with number 3, so you get some more momentum, some impetus to actually help you towards the tail end, get a score 160, 170. I think the decisions of Darren Sami and the think tank of Peshawar Zalmi just didn't make any sense.
Right, the pressure got to Peshawar Zalmi, I guess, here today on the day.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't know why. I mean, they have a good side, but they made selection errors. I don't know. Like Ali saying, I mean, Dawson, Ibtisam, and no Misbah. Misbah is a big match player. He's a pressure player. They should have realized that a few matches ago when they were 20 for 5, I think.
Against Lahore Qalandars.
He was the one who came to rescue. He's been rescuing Pakistan from endless years. He's one of the most respected players because of he's performed for Pakistan. He's, I mean...
he's been there in that... we can see the live pictures on our screen that now Quetta Gladiators, it looks like Ahmed Shazan and Raiju, so doing it easy with singles now only.
Yeah, they're going to motor along to victory over. They don't need to do anything silly over here. They just need to play sensible cricket. Less than a runner ball over there, just motor along. They probably want to see it off now, so I don't think they're going to even target him.
Absolutely, and it's so nice to see all those dignitaries, all those big names there. We've got General Bajwa there, we've got Chief Minister watching the match, we've got our President watching the match. It must be a boost for everyone to be there and watch cricket.
Yeah, you've got political figures over there.
It's the sum of their efforts that PSL is being held in Karachi.
Yeah, of the Pakistan People's Party, Bilal Bhutto and DGISPR is there. So it just shows what a momentous occasion it is. Celebrating its importance and how much it means to every single person over here, every single Pakistani. So I think it's just been a grand occasion and everybody is there to welcome the event.
Absolutely. I think everyone has owned the PSL. Like we mentioned that everyone is there present in the ground and enjoying the game of cricket.
Yeah, well, great with Smith. They've all got their team. Locksmiths backing Peshawar Zalmi, then politicians backing maybe Lahore Qalandars or a Quetta team or something. So what I'm trying to say is that all cadres of our society, everyone, whether it's any menial job or or one of the best jobs in this, that's an opportunity to go watch the matches at home. And end of the day, whether it's the Prime Minister of a country or President or any normal person, we're all human beings, and we have our passions and we have things that we like doing, and cricket is Pakistan's passion. Every field of life, menial job, good job, bad job, every best job in the country, everyone's passion is cricket, and we all want to go see cricket live, and it's come to Pakistan after a long gap. And it's tremendous, and that is why I feel all the politicians, the actors, the singers, all the celebrities, everyone and normal people, everyone's backing the event and they're in the ground.
Absolutely, and other than that, other than the passion only, it must be such a relief feeling for them that they've made this happen in Karachi safely without any hiccup, any problem there for 8 consecutive days. So they must be there cherishing that moment also.
Yeah, that too. I mean, I think it's one of the biggest achievement of the current government to hold this PSL successfully and without any incident whatsoever. I mean, I would jot it down to one of the best achievements, because this was very important that all these foreign stars have come to Pakistan trusting our government that they would go back safe to their countries, and we've managed to do that, mashallah, which is fantastic. I mean, for me, I feel very happy today that the country's Prime Minister is a former cricketer, former captain, and his government has managed to stage this final, this whole, all these matches in Pakistan successfully without any incident, and it really builds Pakistan in the eyes of these foreigners who are here, and when they will go back, they will tell tales and stuff at the Pakistan, and inshallah next time we'll probably have way more foreigners and probably new ones also, and fantastic, I'd say well done to the government.
Absolutely. Are the 39 cricketers, 39 Pakistan PSL matches. I mean, these 39 are the usual that will play PSL probably next year. So it would be nice.
The Premier has said that even the next achievement, the next stage is to actually hold the PSL in Pakistan. Has only gone from strength to strength over the past few years. In the first, second, you hear that all the international cricketers have spoken, I mean, amazing words about Pakistan, the hospitality, how well they've been looked after, the security guards, and then also the travel arrangements. I mean, they've had a wonderful time over here, and once they go back, like Leena has mentioned, they're going to speak very highly of Pakistan and the hospitality, and they're going to have very good details to say. So I think that next year, that now that this tournament has been incident, hopefully in Rawalpindi, Multan, and possibly why not even Quetta.
Absolutely, and one example we saw that Jonty Rhodes was driving a Harley Davidson on the roads of Karachi. I mean, such a cool view to see. I mean, that has been missing in Pakistan for a long time.
Yeah, that has been missing, and he also went with the governor of Sindh, with Imran Ismail too. So it just shows that when you have legends of the game like Jonty Rhodes coming and driving Harley Davidson, when you have commentators, you have all the commentators, let's not forget the analysts who've actually come, and
the cameramen and all the media crew,
and all the crew, they've come, and they've logistics have gone completely, they've gone according to plan over there. They've spoken very highly of the arrangements too. That will only work in Pakistan's favor, and I can't see any reason why we can't hold the entire PSL next year in Pakistan.
Good point, because you mentioned the commentators and the crew, and then initially, if you remember, the Reliance people, the Indian company was doing that, and they didn't do it. They backed out, and then another company came and took control of the PSL. And when that company and all the commentators, the analysts, everyone, the cameraman, like you said, all of them foreigners. Most of them have come here. That's also great. I mean, great going for the PSL. So it's just tremendous. And maybe I was thinking, next time when there's a match in Pindi, maybe all of us can go together and enjoy a game, and maybe our production team can give us a day off, and someone else could be doing this, and we could be watching the match. I mean, fantastic. Fantastic.
Yeah, if we are there, who's going to do the show, and with that we can...
one team can go watch one match, and then we can come back, and the other team can go watch another match. I mean... with our production team.
You see, he's actually spoken very much. He's been castigated.
I was against that press conference he made, but now that he's letting his back speak, I think this is the way it should be done.
Look, amateur Azad, let's not forget at the beginning of the tournament, he got out for a duck and he had been dropped for a few games. But ever since coming back into the team, he's going through a purple patch right now. He's hit about 350s now. He's going through a very prosperous period now in his career, which has actually had, to some extent, had gone completely under the mat. He's doing very well right now. Today, when after Shane Watson got run out when he was run out in a very bad fashion, I mean, amateurs stepped it up and he's performed very well today.
Yeah. Do you think? Let me post a question to both of you. Do you think that will be a wise decision for the selection committee now, Pakistan selection committee, to put Ahmed Shahzad instead of an international team?
No, I wouldn't do so. I think that now, the reason being is I think that the final team,
For the World Cup or for the Australian
thing? I'm talking about the Australia series. I'm not talking about the there. And then also the likes of Hasnain already there. They could, yes, they should have given him an opportunity.
No, but having said that, do you think, Ali, okay, my host is coming back into do you think the selection committee should have waited till the end of the
that's a point.
End of the PSL?
I would have decided the complete 15 or 16 after the PSL. It makes no sense why they did it, to right towards.
Absolutely, that is the point I was trying to hit home, and I finally got you there.
You've gotten me there because if we were to have the final 15 or 16 for the Australian series to be decided after the PSL, then probably would be selected.
Absolutely, that is what I was trying to. You can get back to your duties.
Right, I'll answer you that, but let's have a look at the live pitches that is going on that Rival do. So I think it's now they can do it with singles. There's no pressure on the batsman of Gladiators. Coming back to your point, Dina, I think I wouldn't pick Ahmed Shahzad because I don't want to make the position of Pakistan opener that easy. I mean, just by scoring a couple of good innings, you cannot earn that place because you need to work a little more harder and need to keep your mouth a little closed before you can get that. Because it is an important, it is a national team, and you have to have. You need to have some sort of.
You got your point, fair enough, but I would have personally not selected that team for Australia till the end.
That makes sense.
Is the train catching some train and you're going to miss it? Why in such haste? Why such hurry?
Because maybe there were only 3 days till they go to Dubai. Because 22nd is the first match.
Sense. I mean, the flight to Dubai is only
plans for the World Cup. So they only picked up those players who have.
Better correct their plans. Should be in their plans. Why isn't he going?
Absolutely, that is
he being rested. He is livid. I'm telling you, he is livid. I heard it.
And it also makes no sense.
He sounded livid.
It makes no sense why we'll be talking about this after the match, because let's concentrate on the match that is happening right now, because this is a debate we will have after the match. And look at Darren Sammy, he looks helpless. I mean, he's smiling, but deep down he knows that the game is over.
Deep down he knows that this is the second final they're going to lose. I mean, and it comes down to the silly decisions he made. I mean,
you cannot blame anyone, but you're the captain, you're the decision maker. You know the conditions. You should have played a spinner.
You should have played a spinner and other.
Terrible selection.
Not only terrible selection, but the fact that Misbah is not playing, they didn't bat wisely, they didn't get a big total on the score. Look, 138 was a very paltry total over here, and any team, and Quetta Gladiators, must have been licking their lips when they saw that total. It was set for them, and now that they've gotten there, they've really motored on. They weren't even troubled towards getting a score.
Absolutely, because 39 was special. 9 runs more to win for, in fact, 8 runs, and you can tell by this fielding effort that they've given up the last hope if they had any.
Absolutely. I mean, 9 runs and about 4 overs to go, so there's a lot of time, 2.5 overs to go, and they're already celebrating and on their toes. But for me, the moment of the match was when Hasnain bowled that bouncer to Pollard and took that wicket. That was for me the moment of the match and showed the strategy, thinking then.
Absolutely, and that, in fact, bowling the new ball with Hasnain, I think that showed that they're going to come attacking to Peshawar Zalmi.
Yeah.
Usually what they do, and they're going to get that from Quetta Gladiators.
Absolutely, using the bounce. Pollard. I mean, he like
that he is going to get out of from any of these bowlers. Well played, Ahmed Shahzad, I would say.
Well played. He's going to carry his bat once again, and he's going to make sure that once again he's going to have a go at this selection.
I hope not, because these things do matter in Pakistan selection. So you need to be calm when you score runs.
You need to be composed, and one person we really need to, really need to give a round of applause, and probably Lord, I think Leena would agree with me, is Umar Akmal. How disciplined is he? I mean, you haven't seen him go through any incident. He's been fielding very well in the shadows, done his bit. I mean, it just shows some sort of maturity which has actually come with Umar Akmal. He's worked very hard on his game, worked very hard on his fitness, and hopefully in that series against Australia, he'll prove his worth.
Absolutely, and we wish that too. Do you agree with his point, Umar Akmal, or they have made it a little easier for anyone to come perform in a couple of T20 matches and get the position in Pakistan one day side?
Well, I'm in the middle.
Okay.
I'm in the middle. I agree with Ali where he says that he's shown discipline. Red shoe. He's kept himself to himself, kept his composure, played some good innings, but I think the real deal will come when we'll have to play this Australian team, which was two in spite of not having won
they will be playing against Pakistan,
and then now they'll be playing against Pakistan. So this is a very good Australian side I'm particularly impressed with Zampa. I mean, the way he bowls, he does. Yeah, Khwaja. Yes, I wasn't actually very impressed with Khwaja before this, but this series managed to impress me. And Zampa, he doesn't turn the ball too much, but he's got the drift and he good pace, variety with the pace. So they haven't been playing that well internationally since that 4-run test defeat.
Yeah.
I think that was a big moment in having this really bad season that we've had internationally. So for me, it will be very exciting. It will be very exciting to see the youngsters they've named. They're making these decisions. Then I want the youngsters to be given a chance, particularly the batsmen.
The only surprising part discuss this. Let's get back to the live pitches that are going on right now. Ahmed Shahzad, now he's not going to get out. I hope not, because that one single run could have changed probably the course of all the tournament.
You can see that smile on the owner of Quetta Gladiator.
What a lovely man he is.
What a lovely
gentleman. What a lovely gentleman.
What a lovely, sweet man he is, and all the players, international players, even Shane Watson came and said that I play for many international franchises around the world, but I have never met such a sweet owner as much as Nadeem Umar. He's such a nice person, and he takes care of his.
He was very nice to me also. I wanted some pictures for my book, and he called all the players, and the pictures were easy for me.
Right. With that we've got the scores are tied now. It's 138 to the Jamshid. And these are the little things that I've been scared of him after he scores.
Singled underground and the celebrations begin, and Gladiators have won the final. HBA PSL final 2019 has been won by Gladiators. Fantastic pictures these. Easily
overalling the score and getting over the line with a lot of ease and aplomb. Quetta win by 8 wickets. Memorable setup. Winning here the final in Karachi.
Since you can see on your screen live, Quetta Gladiators are the new champions of Pakistan Super League. I think they're well deserved. They played with a good balance all through the season. They didn't make any changes. They stick to their plans, and rightly so. To end in the final, also they played with the same plan, with the same strategy, and as that for them and winning the toss and bowling first. That has been their key.
The best thing about Quetta Gladiators is that they stuck with this system which helped them through that qualifier too. They stuck with the same batting lineup. They didn't chop and change that much. And you know, when you show that sort of consistency, that is the true sign of champion.
Right, we've been joined by Syed Arsalan Shirazi live on the call. Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Aslan, a well-deserved victory for Quetta Gladiators. I mean, everyone in the studio is so happy. We won a dinner from Lina also. What are your thoughts on the match?
Oh, yes, Ali, that was an amazing match, but it was a one-sided match, and Quetta Gladiator outplayed Peshawar Zalmi in all the fields. It was bowling, batting, fielding. In all the fields, Quetta Gladiator beat Peshawar Zalmi, and now he is the next champion of Pakistan Super League 2019. He came in the final of PSL two times before, but he was unfortunate that the former player was not with them, and today the whole team is very happy, and I was talking to the owner of Quetta Gladiator, Mr. Nadeem Umar, a few moments ago. He was saying that we are here and we will celebrate this victory in a great fashion.
Absolutely, and you can tell by the way they're celebrating that this victory meant a lot for them.
Yes, no doubt. This was an amazing victory, and I is our heart. The province of Balochistan and Quetta is the most favorite team of every Pakistani all over the Pakistan, and everyone was chatting for the Quetta Gladiator as in Ali Mehdi, Ali Yunus, and Madam Lina was also the.
And I know you've been a Lahore Qalandar fan. What do you make of Lahore Qalandars for the next season?
I will only can pray for Lahore Qalandar that inshallah in 2020 we will win the trophy, and at that time I will tell you that and I will giving 10 people for Lahore Qalandar.
Absolutely, we're going to have it from Lahore Qalandar wins next time, Arsalan.
Yes, promise from my side this time. We will giving the dinner, and next time if Lahore Qalandar wins in 2020 PSL, I will give the dinner to all of my team.
Absolutely, thank you so much for being on the line, Arsalan Shirazi. It indeed is a great moment for Quetta, Ali.
It's a fabulous moment for Quetta, not only for Quetta, for the people of Balochistan. I mean, for the people, for every neutral over here. I mean, I'm sure that while everybody has their favorites, supporting Peshawar, Karachi, Lahore Qalandars, Islamabad United, Multan Sultans, deep down, you know, after what Quetta Gladiators have been through, losing 2 finals, I mean, it had to be third time lucky. I mean, they stuck to the basics and they were brilliant on the day.
Absolutely. If you talk about, I mean, almost everyone over here in studios and all our friends, they all were backing Quetta Gladiators to win. No doubt, nothing taking away from Peshawar Zalmi. They're an excellent team. But somehow, in this match, most of the people were backing Quetta Gladiators.
Well, they look more balanced, you know, because they weren't just counting on their fast bowlers. They had 2 very good spinners, and Fawad also. Look at the spirit the guy has. I mean, he broke a tooth, he was in surgery, and yet he played the match, took wickets, and you know, participated in the. Then Nawaz, who's been playing well. Then their fast bowlers, the 150k man, Hasnan, and you know, Sohail Tanveer. So they had a team which is great, and Shane Watson, you know, what a man he's been for Quetta, and then Russo and Ahmed Shahzad, I mean, and Umar
Let's not forget Viv Richards.
and with Richards, and look at what Ahmed's done. I mean, I am so impressed with Ahmed because Ahmed and Umar Akmal have the same problem: attitude, discipline.
Absolutely. They've been the bad boys of Pakistan cricket.
Bad boys, you know, and they want to become brands. Now, the way you become brands is with your bat.
Performance, absolutely.
You get 50s and 100s, and then you wear your red shoes and green shoes and your wristbands and your sweats band and all that. Then you get runs from here. Let your bat talk.
Absolutely.
So I'm very happy with Ahmed, in particular with Ahmed.
Absolutely. Now we can see that the team of Quetta Gladiators taking a round of the stadium. Yeah, the crowd has not disappointed, Ali. I mean, they've come in numbers in all these 8 matches. Although I was a little scared in the day matches that the crowd might not turn up, but I think they've done a fabulous job. I mean, it has been packed houses for all the 8 matches.
Well, Ali, one statistic I wanted to put to you: 250,000 in 8 matches. That's an incredible statistic.
Absolutely.
That's an incredible number of people who've actually come into National Stadium Karachi. It just shows that how hungry and thirsty the people of Karachi were for international cricket, for franchise cricket, and then they just flocked in numbers and showed that how much they love their cricket, and they've been treated to an absolute fiesta over here of cricket, of international cricketers coming, and I mean, it just shows that cricket in not only in Karachi but in Pakistan, international cricket is here to stay, and it'll only go from strength to strength.
Absolutely, inshallah, we will wish that too, and we can see the live scenes on the screen. The Quetta Gladiators, the winners of PSL 4 title, taking a round off the ground. And I mean, if I talk about Nadeem Umar, I mean, the credit must be given to him the way he convinced Shane Watson earlier said no, that he might not be traveling to Pakistan, but it was the efforts of Nadeem Umar particularly to bring him to Pakistan, and he made a difference.
Absolutely, I mean, just his presence, although he didn't get any runs in the final, but just his presence in the final, I mean, it's just tremendous. I mean, he's a great cricketer, and like you said, I mean, Nadeem Umar Saab, such a fantastic gentleman. I mean, because I covered the initial one in 2016, I was there for a whole month, so I saw how he carries himself. He's just a wonderful man, such a decent man. And when I mean, all the other owners are very nice also, but there is still, you get to compare. You see them every day, the way he is around. He's so helpful, and he'd always be so nice to you. If he sees you in the hotel lobby, he'll always come and say hi or wave to you, give you a really nice smile. So helpful if you need his help. So I mean, I think he's just I'm really happy for him, and the rest of the cast, the Quetta cast, that they've done this today, and in particular because of him. I mean, what a man. I mean, today he must be feeling really happy.
Absolutely.
And it's taken him 4 years, so it hasn't been easy for him.
Absolutely. And the good thing about him has been, Ali, that they've been consistent. They have not made any changes, not in the coaching staff, not in the captaincy, not in the teams. They've stick together for these all 4 years.
They are a team which actually thrives on the sort of family spirit over there. They thrive on continuity. I mean, look, Sarfraz has been captain since the season 1 over there. I mean, Viv Richards been a mentor for them from season 1. Moin Khan's been there since season 1 too, and there hasn't been a lot of chopping and changing. Yes, the main stars have been over there, the emerald players, the platinum players have been there too, but at the same time your core players are there. When you have your core players, you tend to do very well in tournaments, get to finals, and possibly even win them.
Absolutely, and we can see that the happiness is there on the players. It means a lot to Sarfraz. Just before the World Cup, winning PSL, it is a huge. You've been mentioning this throughout the season, that it is so important for Sarfraz to win this tournament. That will boost his confidence going to the World Cup.
Absolutely. I mean, I want him to carry his confidence. To
you got to love these Windies. You got to love these Windies. The way they put in. I mean, the way they are. Sorry, coming back to your point.
Yeah, I mean, I just want him to carry this confidence into the Pakistan team, and the way he's. I've seen him relaxed, and I wish he could be so relaxed when he's playing for Pakistan, not be all flustered like we usually see him. But I feel the management's got to help him in relaxing a little bit, and because he can now assess that when he's relaxed, he gives his best performances. As a team, he can extract best from his players, but he's got to really chill a little bit as he has in this PSL.
Right.
So I mean, he can take a cue from this.
Right. I mean, do you agree with that? The winning PSL just before the World Cup will help Sarfaraz's confidence?
It will only do him good. I can't see any reason why it would do him any bad. I mean, it's going to boost his morale, his confidence. The fact that, look, past 2 years ago I won the Champions Trophy. This year I've won the PSL, and yes, I can do things. I need to be a bit more focused. I need to be a bit more disciplined. I need to make more decisions, important decisions too. It will only do him a world of good. And going into that World Cup too, I think his leadership skills are fine. He just needs to work on his batting. If he can do some, I mean, get some innings, and that's where I completely agree with Lee now, that why he wasn't selected for that tour, Australian tour of UAE. Had he been selected in the Australian tour of UAE, it would only do him good. He could get some more, he could get some batting practice over there.
And maybe bat a little higher in the order, because it is a relaxed series. So that will give his batting a little edge to batting up the order, maybe bat at number 4.
Yeah, why not? He's done that in a couple of times in T20 cricket, and it's worked well for him.
Absolutely. We can see the live scenes. Fakhr Alam doing his presentation there. We're talking about Sarfaraz, coming back to you. This would have been an ideal situation for him to bat at number 4 and get that batting practice.
Yeah, he needed to do that, and I don't seem to understand why the selection committee actually decided against him going for that. So it just makes no sense. It's a diabolical decision, and now he'll have to probably wait till actually the pre-tournament wait for against in the series against England to actually get any sort of cricket.
Absolutely. And Lina, I know you have to leave us. You have to go. You're in a hurry. But
I've been working since 7 o'clock, and my throat is really tired now. And I'm not a spring chicken. You guys are younger than me, so maybe you guys can carry on till another hour. I mean, I can easily carry on, but I'm
PSL has been tough because we've been going to different a few words from you on PSL, the way it has been concluded, the way it has been conducted every day now.
It's been lovely. Nothing short of lovely. I mean, all the owners have been great, the way they participated, the way they've taken interest, how you're absolutely right. These people are from tomorrow. I'm going to feel a big void in my life, and I'm going to say, oh God, where are these guys? Where are these teams? Where is the interest, the tension, of cricket matches? But absolutely great for Pakistan. And once again, like I said it before, once again, credit to government of Pakistan who managed to have this tournament absolutely incident free, and I'm sure lots of Pakistan's enemies didn't want that, and I'm sure they tried, but full credit to the Pakistani government and the way they handled all this, and incident free and so beautiful.
Absolutely.
And such a happy occasion for all Pakistanis who went to the matches, who saw the matches, and so I just got to say kudos to everyone who was involved in making these matches such a brilliant, big time success.
Absolutely.
And making it PSL into a brand.
Absolutely. I know you're a huge soccer fan. How excited were you to see Carlos Puyol on stage today?
Yeah, I was extremely excited. Actually, not only the public, but to also express, I mean, what a fun-loving and peace-loving country it is. I mean, it was quite a marvelous achievement, and at the same time, speak well of the Pakistanis, that the fact that they have an interest in cricket, but also have a huge interest in football. It just shows that Pakistan, that they love their sports, whether it's cricket, football, or any other hockey, any other sport for that matter. They love their sports.
Right. Before Lina leaves us, I just want to ask you one last question. What has been your moment of PSL? I mean, the best performance to you in this all PSL?
It's so difficult because there have been such beautiful performances, such top-notch performances. But I've enjoyed Ahmed Shahzad.
Right, we got Nadeem Umar.
For myself, my family, but I think for the whole of Balochistan and for the whole of Quetta, I think they deserve this win because we have been at it for the last 4 years, and somebody called us chokers, but we never had a full strength team. Today we had the full strength Quetta team, and I think we did very well. Hats off to all the boys, all the behind the scenes, the guys who worked so hard, and I think we all as a team worked very hard to do this. And I just want to thank the public here from Karachi, because I'm from Karachi, and how Karachi owns Quetta, it is an amazing feeling.
as you were saying, having a team together the whole tournament is very important. You had Shane Watson come to Pakistan this year. That must have meant something massive to the team, and surely he must have been a big inspiration this year.
Very rightly so. I mean, Shane out there just run out on 7, but sitting in the dugout, we had that energy with us. We knew we had our big guns, and he got us through to this stage also. I would like to thank his family also, to all the foreign players who came here on our insistence. They put everything behind us, and the way we took the walk around, and you know, the people, they were just chanting Watson. I mean, that was amazing. So I think it's great for the game, great for the people of this country, and great for Balochistan and Quetta.
Now, talking about inspiration, the great Viv Richards was the mentor for the Quetta Gladiators. There is no other, is there? He's just an incredible human and gives so much inspiration to the boys.
You're right, Aaron. He's the one and only king. I wish I could crown an emperor, you know, but that is beyond us. But I think he is the guy who gives us all this energy. The way Dane Bravo, the song that he sang, all the other players around him, what we built. But hats off to Sir Viv and Michelle, his pretty wife. She came all the way. So we had a great bunch of people. Even today I was nervous before the match. But all my players, they just said one thing, Nadeem, relax, we're going to win. So, I mean, it was all a great team effort.
Huge team effort, huge family effort, the Quetta Gladiators. Congratulations. Go and enjoy the win. I think back to the commentators.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Aaron. Yes.
Right, what a lovely man, Nadeem Umar. He just mentioned that it is a family effort. That shows that he takes care of the team and his teammates.
Absolutely, he's a wonderful man, and he's just said that you know, in the beginning, no one gave them any credit. You know, they said, "Oh, Quetta, it's not a good team," and everything. But you know, from the first edition, they proved that they're here to stay and here to win maybe the championship, and then today they won it. So I'm absolutely happy.
It's a gladiator. You finally got it. Thank you so much. This is what I think we work hard for, and I must thank Nadeem Umar, the team owner, and the backroom staff. Everyone, you know, who would have walked onto the field, even though you didn't get a chance. We were a family, and in the end, we succeeded, and this is what it's all about. You know, talking about families, you know that the entire Pakistan now thinks of you as a family member. How does it feel to be here? It's just great to know that you're loved. It's a magnificent feeling. To my old friend as well, who is now the Prime Minister of Pakistan, and Mr. Khan himself, for all the wonderful work I think which he would have done so far to make this happen. Him and his staff, you know, I must thank everyone.
Right? So talking about Ehsan Ali, he's really, really nice. We saw him bat today, and there's something very special about that boy. You see some spark there?
I'll tell you something, man. I've always said it that Pakistan have got a few fast bowlers that they can loan to the world, and you keep finding them. I'm not quite sure where they're coming from, but it is good for your cricket, and I think being highlighted with the PSL itself, it's given them an opportunity for the world to see them and to see the talent, and I just think they're going to go from strength to strength.
Sir Viv Richards, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Right, we heard from the big man. I mean, how important was he for Quetta Gladiators? I mean, he brings in so much energy and passion to the team.
Tremendously,
Absolutely.
tremendously. I mean, he's the lifeline of that team.
Thank you.
So 50, he's the absolute lifeline. And before I run away, you were asking me that question. I stayed just to answer you. My two moments, not one but two. One, Ahmed Shahzad's form, to see him come back into form and play such mature innings and carry on and get 50s and 99s, and you know, today what he did for his team after Watson's thing, and the 150k man, Hasnain. So those are the two moments for me, you know, and the bouncer he bowled today.
Right.
Just
that set up the tone of the match.
Like just beautiful. Sums up everything for me.
Absolutely right. You can now leave. Thank you so much for joining us, Lina. It was
Anytime.
Pleasure working with you all through this PSL. Thank you.
My pleasure too. I mean, this studios, I'm so emotional about this. This is like home.
Not about this. Ali, coming to you now, Viv Richards, Nadeem Umar, all these people making this effort of bringing all these international players to Pakistan. I mean, this is huge.
It's a huge
Absolutely.
effort. They deserve a lot of credit. The more credit we give is we need to give them as much credit as possible. I mean, it wasn't ever expected. Look, we remember in 2017 when they came, they were a depleted team. They had to actually get foreign players from all sorts of players from all around the world, and the fact that they actually came this year. They came this year, and all the and Nadeem Umar.
Absolutely, and then they showed that they were in this. They were serious about winning this, because from the day one, I mean, they never change any squad. They stick to their own plan, and finally did it for their team.
Look, the team management led by Nadeem Umar and Moin Khan and everybody else, and Viv Richards for that matter, knew that if a full strength squad of Quetta is available, they have every chance of winning the tournament. They just needed their full strength squad throughout the tournament. We remember last year, even when Kevin Peterson decided and Shane Watson decided not to come, that they were going to make that they were going to go far in the tournament. But this year, they got the whole strength squad. I mean, they were, and throughout the qualifiers, even in the first qualifier and in the final, they were unstoppable force. I mean, nobody could even get close to them.
Absolutely. And now that PSL has ended, I mean, I'm going to get so bored after tomorrow. I'm so used to watching those matches at 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. and it's going to change a lot in our routines, no?
It's going to change a lot in our routines. I mean, this PSL has been very important, has played a very important part in our lives over the past 1 month.
Absolutely. And your moment of PSL, Ali?
I'd have to stick with the one. I'd have to say that I would agree with Lina with Mohammad Hasnain, the bouncer he bowled today. He's been the find of the tournament. But for me, it was that innings of Misbah. And the reason why I say that is because that match was completely dead for Peshawar Zalmi. But to rescue them from 20 for 5 and to actually hit that amazing 50. And to get Peshawar over the line, that I'll remember as probably my moment of
absolutely
PSL 2019.
And that is why you were so super devastated that you didn't play Misbah today.
For me, Misbah is a legend. He's a legend of the game. He's probably one of Pakistan's finest cricketers, finest captains after our Premier of Pakistan, Imran Khan. I mean, Misbah has done so much for the game today, and I was devastated when he didn't play today. I just couldn't understand how they could actually mess around and not play him. If you're not going to play him in the final, then why play him in any of the group games? And whatever group games he's played his part. In the first match, he hit a 50 and against Quetta Gladiators. Today, in the match against Lahore Qalandars, he hit a match-winning 50. Today, he should have played. Had he played today, I'm sure he would have done better than Nabi Gul, or even for that matter, better than Sohail Maqsood.
Absolutely. And if I ask you, who has been your pick for the foreign players? Who has inspired you the most in foreign players?
I'd have to say Shane Watson. And the reason I say Shane Watson, because Shane Watson, I believe, is the orange cap holder. He has actually been the highest run getter. And look, Shane Watson is a person who's been part of PSL franchise since season 1. First season 1 and 2 he was part of Islamabad United. Season 3 and 4 he's been part of Quetta. I mean, first 3 years, second and third season, he didn't have any plans of coming to Pakistan. But this year, after having a strong word, having a heart-to-heart word with the team management, with Nadeem Umar Saab, he decided he's going to come to Pakistan, and he played a very important part. He probably didn't make the runs today, but in qualify 1, let's not forget those 70 important runs helped them qualify for a direct entry route into the final.
Absolutely. And if I ask you about your favorite youngster that has inspired, that has impressed you most, I would say, in this PSL?
I think without a shadow of a doubt, it has to be Mohammad Hasnain. And I think you would agree with me over that.
Absolutely.
I mean, he's been the find of the tournament. Every year, Ali, we find that there's one youngster which emerges. We've seen it in the past, Shadab in season 1, Fakhr Zaman also emerged.
Hassan Ali was more
Hassan Ali,
of PSL.
Now, Hassan Ali is in season 1 too. But this year has been about Mohammad Hasnain. He's been a great find, bowling at 150 clicks. Has amazing, just slow bounces too. I think he's been the best find, and I think he's going to be a true star for Pakistan cricket.
Absolutely. And with that, if we talk about, it's fair to say that team with the best balance is the champion.
Yeah, I mean, they have the best balance over there. They are a team full of power hitters over there, a strong middle order, late middle order with the likes of Mohammad Nawaz and Sarfraz Ahmed who can hit, the best bowling unit with variety over there with pace, with Mohammad Hasnain, Sohail Tanveer over there, and then in the spinning department they have Mohammad Nawaz, who's an excellent left-handed spinner, Fawad Ahmed, which we can't take away credit. You have to give him a lot of credit. The fact that he had a tooth implanted yesterday, and despite playing with the
that shows the spirit of the team. I mean,
that shows the spirit of
like this. Yeah.
That shows the spirit of the team. Had it been somebody else, probably they wouldn't play. But this person knew that he has such an important role to play in this bowling unit that he needs to play no matter what happens. He took a lot of painkillers and played in a very important role in actually bogging the Peshawar Zalmi middle order down. Him and Mohammad Nawaz, I thought, bowled exceptionally well, especially to Sohaib Maqsood and to Umar Amin.
Absolutely. And if we talk about Quetta Gladiators and then Peshawar Zalmi now, they cannot blame anyone but themselves. They've got it all wrong tonight.
I think they got, I mean, from ball one, they got it completely wrong. Look, they were too dependent, Ali, on their openers. I mean, their openers aren't always going to fire. Their openers have done amazing for them, getting them century stands, getting 80, 90 runs. But what was going to happen if they didn't perform? And that's what happened today. I mean, for Kamran and Imam didn't click today. So Kamran didn't get a big score either. It was after that the middle order got exposed. The middle order is their weakness. Sohaib Maqsood, Umar Amin played exceptionally well, but Sohaib Maqsood is out of form. If somebody is out of form, you need to give another player a chance. That's where I think that probably Misbah should have been given an opportunity.
Right, Ali, thank you so much. It was a pleasure working with you throughout this PSL, and I look forward to be working with you one more time again for some series. Right, ladies and gentlemen, that is all we have for this PSL reviews this year. We'll see you next time. Till then, take care.
जोश दिखा दे तू और बाजा बजा दे तू मैदान सजा दे तू ये खेल दीवानों का